As I reflect on the spiritual journey that many of God's chosen ones are currently undergoing, I am truly in awe of the profound transformation taking place within us. This transformation is not just a mere shift in mindset, but a complete evolution of the mind, soul, and body, an awakening that transcends the ordinary and enters the realm of the extraordinary. It's a process that unfolds on multiple levels, and the physical signs are becoming increasingly evident. We are witnessing ourselves and those around us shift in ways that are both subtle and powerful as we align with a higher purpose and divine truth. The transformation of the mind is the first sign of spiritual awakening. As we begin to see the world differently, old thoughts and beliefs no longer feel right, and we start to question them. This shift allows us to embrace new perspectives and connect with deeper truths beyond the material world. But the real magic happens in the soul. As we grow spiritually, we feel more connected to the divine and to all living beings, bringing peace and purpose into our lives. This connection deepens our understanding of love, compassion, and the interconnectedness of all things. The body also reflects these spiritual shifts. Many experience physical changes, like feeling lighter, more energized, or radiant. These signs are not just cosmetic. They mirror the inner transformation taking place as our bodies align with higher spiritual frequencies. Along with these changes, heightened intuition and sensitivity often emerge as our senses attune to the energies around us, manifesting as tingling sensations or spontaneous vibrations, signaling that our bodies are adjusting to a new spiritual energy. Another common sign of spiritual awakening is the way time seems to change for us. As we grow in our spiritual awareness, we begin to notice that time behaves differently. Moments seem to stretch or compress, and we no longer feel bound by the constraints of the clock. We find ourselves operating outside of conventional schedules, as if we are being guided by an inner sense of timing that is far more accurate and reliable than any external measurement. This shift in our perception of time is a clear indication that we are becoming more in tune with the divine flow of life, where everything happens at the right moment, in the right place, and for the right reason. Through all of this, one of the most beautiful and empowering signs of spiritual awakening is the way our voices begin to carry more weight. As we connect with our higher selves and tap into the divine wisdom that resides within us, our words start to resonate more deeply with others. We find that when we speak, people listen. Our words carry an energy that can inspire, heal, and transform. This is a powerful reminder of the creative and transformative power of the spoken word. Overall, the transformation that is taking place in God's chosen ones is nothing short of miraculous. It is a spiritual awakening that is unfolding on a global scale, with physical, emotional, and spiritual signs emerging in those who are aligned with the divine plan. We are living in a time of great change, and as we evolve, we are called to share our experiences, wisdom, and love with others. This is just the beginning of a journey that will continue to unfold in the most beautiful and unexpected ways. As individuals awakening to our true purpose are experiencing, it becomes increasingly clear that the physical signs of awakening are not just mere coincidences. These changes are deeply connected to our spiritual evolution and our alignment with a higher divine purpose. It's not just about feeling different or seeing the world in a new light. It's about our entire being undergoing a transformation that encompasses not only our hearts and minds, but also our physical bodies. Through the glowing skin, the altered perception of time, and the heightened intuition, we can see the tangible manifestation of our spiritual evolution. One of the first signs that many of us notice during this awakening process is the physical glow that seems to emerge from within. It's a glow that can be seen in our skin, eyes, and overall appearance. It's as if the energy within us is radiating outward, becoming visible to those around us. This glow is often described as a healthy, vibrant energy that shines through, even when we're not necessarily using makeup or skincare products. It's the glow of vitality, of being fully aligned with our inner selves and the divine energy that is guiding us. This radiance isn't simply superficial. It's a reflection of the deeper changes happening within us. As we align more with our higher selves, our energy vibrates at a higher frequency, and that vibration emanates outward, physically manifesting as a glow. But it's not just our physical appearance that is transforming. our perception of time also shifts. As we awaken spiritually, we begin to experience time in an entirely different way. Moments that once felt rushed or tightly bound to the clock start to feel more fluid. We might notice that our days seem to flow more effortlessly, or that we suddenly feel like we're in the right place at the right time. For some, this shift is subtle at first, but as we grow spiritually, we begin to notice that we are no longer tied to the constraints of time in the same way we used to be. It's almost as if we're moving in sync with a divine rhythm, and time becomes a tool that serves us rather than something that controls us. In fact, some people report experiencing moments of timelessness, where hours feel like minutes or minutes stretch into hours. This fluidity in time is one of the clearest indicators that we are in alignment with something much greater than ourselves. As we progress on our spiritual path, heightened intuition becomes a clear physical sign. We become more sensitive to emotions, able to discern truth and tune into energies around us. This intuition manifests not only as gut feelings, but also as an increased sensitivity to the spiritual energies that connect us to the divine. These physical changes, glowing skin, altered perception of time, and sharpened intuition, reflect our spiritual evolution. Our bodies are aligning with higher frequencies, shedding old layers as we step into a new version of ourselves. These shifts confirm that we are moving closer to our true purpose, merging the physical and spiritual in harmony. A deep, unshakable calm rises within us, regardless of external chaos. This inner peace is not about reacting less, but embodying clarity and wisdom, allowing us to meet challenges with grace and detachment. Instead of emotional reactions, we respond thoughtfully, grounded in tranquility. This unshakable calm comes with a new perspective on life. When you're constantly reacting emotionally, it's almost as if you're trapped in a cycle of stress and overwhelm. The slightest inconvenience can throw you off course, and you're often left feeling disempowered and overwhelmed. But as we evolve spiritually, we begin to see things from a higher perspective. The challenges that once felt like insurmountable obstacles are now seen as opportunities for growth. The external world may still be chaotic, but you realize that you have the power to control how you respond to it. You begin to understand that peace doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from controlling how you react. And this control doesn't come from a place of force or resistance. It comes from wisdom, from understanding that everything is temporary and that your true source of power is within. In moments of chaos, this calm becomes almost tangible. It's like a still center within you, unmovable, regardless of the storm swirling around. The wisdom behind this unshakable calm is the realization that we can't always control external circumstances, but we can always control our internal state. This doesn't mean you become emotionless or detached from the world around you. Far from it. Instead, it means that you become more aware of your emotions and thoughts, allowing them to come and go without being swept away by them. You acknowledge their presence, but you don't let them define you. This awareness gives you the ability to respond with clarity, rather than react with knee-jerk emotions. The practice of embodying this calm involves cultivating mindfulness. You become more present in the moment, fully experiencing each situation as it is, without judgment or attachment. When you're deeply connected to the present moment, you realize that most of our stress comes from overthinking the past or worrying about the future. But when you embrace the now, you find that peace can exist in the midst of any situation. You understand that stress is often the result of resistance, and when you stop resisting what is, you find the peace you've been seeking. This state of unshakable calm also enhances your ability to make decisions. When you're constantly reacting from an emotional place, your decision-making can be clouded, impulsive, and not always in alignment with your higher self. However, when you cultivate this inner peace, you're able to approach decision-making from a place of clarity. You can see things for what they truly are, without being clouded by your emotions or biases. This allows you to make more thoughtful, aligned decisions, not just in moments of crisis, but in everyday life. The unshakable calm I've experienced also has a ripple effect on those around me. When you remain calm in the face of chaos, your energy becomes infectious. Others around you may begin to pick up on that energy and feel more calm themselves. You lead by example, showing others that it's possible to remain at peace, no matter what life throws at you. In this way, your unshakable calm not only supports your own well-being, but also contributes to the collective energy of peace and wisdom in the world. Ultimately, this calmness is not something you force or fake. It is a natural result of deep spiritual growth. As we awaken, we align ourselves more with our true nature, and that true nature is peaceful, wise, and clear. When you embody this unshakable calm, you are stepping into your highest self, one that exists beyond the fluctuations of the material world. This inner peace becomes a powerful tool in navigating life's challenges, and a constant reminder that no matter how chaotic life may appear, true peace comes from within. As life unfolds, there are moments when a profound calm begins to settle within, one that remains steadfast even in the midst of chaos. This isn't merely a brief moment of peace, but a lasting tranquility that reshapes how we interact with the world. I noticed this shift within myself, and in others as well, as a powerful force that altered the way we face challenges. Life didn't become simpler, and obstacles didn't vanish, but my response to them was transformed in ways I never imagined. My journey to unshakable calm was gradual. Initially, I'd only experienced moments of stillness during stressful situations. I used to react emotionally, letting chaos control me. But through mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, I began to pause before reacting, seeing situations from a more balanced perspective. I realized that true calm isn't about suppressing emotions or avoiding difficulties. It's about cultivating inner peace that isn't dependent on external circumstances. I learned that while I can't control what happens around me, I can control how I respond. This shift allowed me to face life's challenges with clarity, responding with wisdom and patience, rather than fear or frustration. One of the most powerful aspects of this calm is the way it affects my decision-making. When I was caught up in emotional reactions, my decisions were often impulsive, driven by my immediate feelings or anxieties. I'd find myself acting on impulse, regretting my choices later. But as I developed this unshakable calm, I found that I could make decisions from a place of clarity without being clouded by emotional highs or lows. Instead of rushing to fix things or make snap judgments, I started taking the time to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. This shift has helped me not only make better decisions, but also avoid the unnecessary stress that comes from reacting without thinking. Another aspect of this transformation is the way it has impacted my relationships. People around me have noticed the change. Where I once may have been quick to anger or frustration, I now have a sense of patience and understanding. This calm energy is contagious. I've seen how my own sense of inner peace has influenced others, helping them feel more relaxed and at ease. It's not that I'm perfect or that I never experience moments of stress, but the more I've nurtured this inner peace, the more I've been able to help those around me find theirs. As I reflect on this journey, I realize that the unshakable calm is a sign of spiritual growth. It's the result of aligning with a deeper, more authentic part of myself, one that transcends the emotional fluctuations of the external world. This calm doesn't come from avoiding the challenges or numbing myself to the difficulties of life. Instead, it comes from learning to navigate those challenges with grace, mindfulness, and an unwavering belief that peace is always available within me, regardless of the circumstances. Ultimately, I've come to understand that this calm is not just a personal experience, it's a gift that can ripple out into the world. When we embody peace, we contribute to the collective energy of peace in the world. Our inner calm can serve as an anchor for others, helping them find their own peace amidst the chaos. It's a powerful reminder that despite the turbulence of life, we have the ability to cultivate an unshakable calm that remains unwavering, steady, and full of grace. I have had a strange and fascinating experience of feeling spontaneous vibrations in my body. These vibrations, often described as tingling sensations or light waves of energy, have appeared unexpectedly. They began to appear during moments of deep concentration, meditation, prayer, or when I happened to stop to think. At first, I couldn't quite put my finger on the sensation, but I felt the energy spreading throughout my body, especially my arms, legs, and spine. And the sensation was not just physical, but profound. Over time, I began to realize that these spontaneous vibrations were not a random occurrence, but a sign of something much more significant, an expanded awareness and a deepening of my spiritual connection. It's as if my body was receiving a message, signaling that my consciousness was shifting and I was beginning to attune myself to a higher frequency. These sensations, which initially felt unusual, soon became something I looked forward to. They were like a confirmation that I was moving in the right direction on my spiritual path. One of the most fascinating things I've noticed about these vibrations is how they seem to occur during moments of deep inner peace or heightened awareness. The first time I felt them, I was sitting in silence, simply being present with my thoughts and my breath. There was no agenda, no expectation, just a quiet openness. And then, out of nowhere, I felt this gentle, tingling sensation, starting from my fingertips and slowly spreading down my arms and legs. At that moment, I realized something profound was happening, not just in my body, but in my mind and spirit as well. I was expanding, awakening, and growing in ways I hadn't yet fully understood. Since then, I've experienced these vibrations more frequently, especially during times of meditation or when I'm engaging in deep reflection on life's bigger questions. Each time they appear, they serve as a reminder that my awareness is broadening. I've come to understand that these spontaneous vibrations are a physical manifestation of spiritual growth. They represent an alignment between my body, mind, and spirit, and are a signal that I am tapping into a deeper level of consciousness. The sensation itself can vary from a gentle hum or buzzing to a more intense energy rush. It can start in one part of the body and gradually move to another, or envelop the entire body all at once. These vibrations are not painful or uncomfortable. Rather, they are subtle, almost like a soft current of energy flowing through me. I have learned to embrace them as part of my spiritual journey, recognizing that they signify an opening of my energy channels and an enhanced connection to the universe. I've also noticed that these vibrations seem to coincide with moments of intense personal growth. When I reflect on the times I've experienced them most profoundly, they are often linked to moments when I've overcome significant mental or emotional blocks. It's as though the vibrations are a reward for my openness and willingness to let go of old beliefs, fears, or patterns that no longer serve me. They come as a gentle reminder that as I continue to grow and expand spiritually, I am also evolving on a physical level. It's as though my entire being is vibrating at a higher frequency. In these moments, I feel more in tune with the universe, as if I'm vibrating in sync with the energy around me. The vibrations give me a sense of connection, not just with myself, but with everything. I feel connected to all living things, to nature, to the divine. It's as if I'm part of something much larger than myself, and the vibrations are a tangible manifestation of that connection. They remind me that I am more than just my physical body. I am a being of energy, consciousness, and infinite possibility. What's truly fascinating is how these vibrations have influenced my understanding of spiritual growth. Initially, I thought spiritual development was all about intellectual understanding or following specific practices. But the spontaneous vibrations have taught me that true growth comes from within, from the deep, energetic shifts that occur when we let go of limiting beliefs and open ourselves to the unknown. It's not about doing more, but about being more. It's about expanding into the fullness of who we truly are. Now, whenever I feel these spontaneous vibrations, I take a moment to pause and appreciate the experience. Instead of just rushing past it or brushing it off, I acknowledge it as a powerful sign that I'm on the right path. They remind me that I am constantly evolving, growing, and expanding my consciousness. The more I embrace these vibrations, the more I feel aligned with my true self and the universe around me. In the end, these vibrations have become a symbol of spiritual growth and expanded awareness. They are an ongoing reminder that no matter where we are on our journey, there is always room for deeper connection, greater peace, and more profound understanding. And for me, that's one of the most beautiful aspects of spiritual awakening. Learning to embrace the subtle signs, like these vibrations, that show us we're not just existing, but truly living and evolving. As I look at the changes in my life, one of the most striking transformations has been in my physical appearance. It may seem like a surface-level observation, but there's a deeper connection to the shifts I've been experiencing. Over time, I've noticed subtle changes in my skin, eyes, and hair, almost as if my outward appearance is reflecting the positive energy flowing within me. These transformations feel like a true reflection of the inner balance and vitality I'm cultivating. When I talk about this, I often refer to it as a glow. It's not just a fleeting radiance, but rather a sustained, vibrant energy that seems to emanate from within. I've noticed it in the way my skin looks. Smoother, clearer, and more radiant than before. It's as if the natural glow that comes from a sense of inner peace, love, and connection to the divine is manifesting outwardly. In the past, I would have chalked this up to good skincare or a healthy diet, but now I understand that there's something much deeper at play. This glow, I believe, is a reflection of my spiritual alignment. It's not just about skin, though. My eyes have also undergone a noticeable change. They seem brighter, more alive, and full of energy. When I look into the mirror, I see a depth in my eyes that wasn't there before. It's as if they reflect a newfound clarity and a deeper understanding of life. They no longer seem clouded with stress, anxiety, or negative energy, but instead shine with a sense of purpose and inner peace. This shift in my eyes is a clear sign that I'm no longer trapped in old patterns or beliefs. My vision, both literally and metaphorically, has expanded. I also can't overlook the transformation in my hair. For years, I struggled with dull, lifeless hair, but recently, it's become noticeably healthier, shinier, and more vibrant. It's almost as if my hair is responding to the elevated frequency I'm now vibrating at. It's no longer a reflection of stress, poor nutrition, or negative emotions, but rather an outward symbol of my spiritual growth. The physical appearance of my hair mirrors the energetic vitality I've tapped into as I've aligned myself with a higher purpose and deeper self-awareness. At first, these physical changes seem like coincidences, just random effects of my lifestyle changes, such as eating healthier or managing stress better. But the more I meditated on it, the more I began to realize that these changes weren't merely superficial. They were signs of a deeper, more spiritual transformation taking place within me. It's as if my body is expressing the harmony and balance I've worked hard to cultivate on the inside. These changes, while beautiful, are also deeply symbolic of my ongoing spiritual awakening. What's truly fascinating is how the glow in my skin, eyes, and hair aligns with the concept of divine alignment. It's often said that when you are in harmony with your true self and with the universe, your physical appearance reflects that alignment. And I've come to believe this with every fiber of my being. The healthier I feel spiritually, the more vibrant and alive I look. It's as though the more I align myself with the divine, through meditation, prayer, self-love, and the pursuit of higher consciousness, the more my body responds in kind. This glow serves as a reminder that our physical bodies are not separate from our spiritual selves. In fact, they are deeply connected. The healthier and more aligned we become spiritually, the more our physical bodies will reflect that energy. It's as if the glow is a manifestation of that connection. When I see it in the mirror, I'm reminded of the profound journey I've been on and the energy that I am now cultivating within myself. Now, I don't view this glow as something that can be faked or manufactured. It's not about makeup or cosmetic products. It's about an inner shift, a transformation of the soul that eventually shows up on the outside. And this glow is not just about appearance. It's about embodying a sense of peace, love, and alignment. It's about being in tune with the natural flow of the universe, trusting in the divine, and allowing that energy to radiate through every aspect of my being. Looking back, I realized that this transformation wasn't something I could force or control. It wasn't a goal I set out to achieve. Instead, it was a result of focusing inward and allowing my spiritual growth to unfold naturally. The more I let go of fear, doubt, and negativity, the more my body responded. It's a beautiful reminder that true beauty is not just skin deep, it's the reflection of the light within. And when we align with that light, it illuminates everything around us, including our physical appearance. This glow is a sign of my spiritual journey and the love and peace that now reside within me. It's a daily reminder that as I continue to grow spiritually, my body will continue to reflect that growth, radiating from the inside out. Time, once something I saw as a fixed and unchangeable concept, has begun to feel more like a flexible and malleable force in my life. It's a shift I never anticipated, but one that has had a profound impact on how I experience each day and how I approach my spiritual growth. Before I began to explore spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, and self-reflection, time was a constant pressure in my life. I was always racing against the clock, trying to meet deadlines, follow strict schedules, and juggle numerous responsibilities. I believed that time was this unyielding force that controlled my actions and determined my pace. But through my spiritual practices, I've come to realize that time is not as rigid as it once seemed. It's more fluid, dynamic, and connected to our inner state of being. What's remarkable is how, as I've deepened my connection to the spiritual realm, I've experienced time in a way that is no longer bound by conventional schedules. Instead of being constrained by the ticking of a clock, I've found myself in moments where time seems to stretch and contract based on my level of spiritual awareness. It's as if I'm able to step outside the normal flow of time and exist in a space where time is no longer a strict measure of progress or productivity. In moments of deep meditation or prayer, I've experienced time bending. I can lose track of hours only to realize that minutes have passed, or what feels like only a few moments has stretched into what feels like hours. It's not a sense of confusion or disorientation, but more of a heightened awareness of the present moment. I've learned that when I am fully immersed in the present, whether through stillness, mindfulness, or connection with the divine, time becomes secondary. The moment becomes all that matters and everything else falls away. This fluidity of time has shown me that our perception of time is closely linked to our level of consciousness. When I'm operating from a place of spiritual awareness, time seems to slow down. The rush and urgency that once filled my day dissipates, and I find myself more attuned to the natural flow of things. I can experience more deeply the richness of each moment, savoring it fully without the pressure to constantly move on to the next task or commitment. Time becomes something I can work with, not something that works against me. Conversely, I've also experienced moments where time seems to speed up. There are times when I feel so aligned with my higher purpose or so in tune with the divine energy around me that hours can pass in what feels like mere minutes. These moments are often filled with a sense of timelessness, as though I've entered into a state where the constraints of the physical world, such as time, no longer apply. It's almost as if I've transcended the boundaries of what we traditionally understand as time and entered into a space of eternal presence. One of the most beautiful things about experiencing time in this fluid way is how it has shifted my perspective on life. I no longer feel burdened by time. I've learned to trust that everything will unfold exactly as it's meant to in the right time, and that I don't need to rush through life. The frantic pace I once held myself to has slowed down, and in its place is a calm acceptance of each moment as it comes. I'm more present, more aware, and more grounded. This experience of the fluidity of time has also taught me that spiritual awareness and growth are not bound by deadlines or specific milestones. My journey is not about checking off boxes or moving at a certain speed. It's about aligning with the divine timing of my life, trusting that everything happens when it's meant to, and allowing time to unfold naturally. It's a beautiful reminder that I don't need to control everything. I can surrender to the flow of life, knowing that my spiritual growth is unfolding exactly as it should. What I've come to understand is that time, like everything else in our lives, is a reflection of our inner state. When we are caught in stress, worry, and fear, time feels tight and constricting. But when we open ourselves to the flow of spiritual energy, time becomes expansive, full of possibility, and connected to the divine. It's a reminder that the more we attune ourselves to the present moment and let go of our need to control the future, the more we experience life in its fullness. I've learned to embrace the fluidity of time, to trust that moments will come when they are meant to, and to let go of the constant pressure to be somewhere else or doing something else. This shift in my perception of time has been one of the most profound changes in my life, and it's allowed me to experience each day with a deeper sense of peace and purpose. It's a reminder that time is not something that controls us. It's something we can shape based on our level of awareness and alignment with the divine. Throughout my spiritual journey, one of the most profound and transformative shifts has been in the way my voice now resonates with others. It's as though my words, once ordinary and perhaps even insignificant, have taken on a new power and depth. When I speak, I sense that my voice carries a weight far beyond just the sounds that leave my mouth. It is as if my words are imbued with a spiritual authority, a purpose that transcends the surface of conversation and touches something much deeper in the hearts and minds of those who hear them. This shift in the quality of my voice wasn't something I expected. In the past, I might have worried about how others perceived me or whether my words would make an impact. But now I've come to understand that the power in my voice is not about impressing anyone or seeking approval. It's about the energy that flows through me and how I communicate that energy to the world. This energy is rooted in my own spiritual awakening, which has given me a deeper connection to myself and ultimately to others. There's a clarity and authenticity in my speech now, in alignment with my inner truth that allows me to speak with confidence and purpose. It's almost as though I am no longer just the speaker, but the vessel through which a greater truth flows. This has had a profound impact on the way others respond to me. People seem to listen more intently when I speak, and their reactions often reveal that something deeper has stirred within them. It's as if my words are sparking reflections or even changes in their own lives. I've come to understand that spiritual authority doesn't come from a position of power over others, but rather from a deep, grounded sense of self and connection to something greater. When I speak now, I am not speaking to convince or persuade, but to share what is alive in me. And in doing so, I invite others to connect with their own inner truths. It is a humbling realization, knowing that my voice has the ability to create ripples of change, however small, in the lives of others. What is most surprising to me is how this newfound power is not about volume or force. It's not about raising my voice to be heard, but about speaking in a way that aligns with my deepest values and beliefs. There is a stillness that accompanies this voice, an inner calmness that I hadn't known before. The more I embrace this stillness, the more my words seem to carry weight. It's a strange paradox, but one that makes perfect sense when I look at it from the perspective of spiritual growth. As I've become more connected to my own inner peace, the power of my voice has become more potent and transformative. This shift has also taught me the importance of listening, not just to others, but to myself. When I truly listen to my own thoughts and feelings, I can speak from a place of clarity and insight. And when I listen to others, I can respond with empathy and understanding. It's in this reciprocal flow of speaking and listening that I feel the true power of communication. Words, after all, are not just for sharing ideas. They are tools for connection, healing, and transformation. Looking back, it's amazing to realize how far I've come. I once saw myself as someone who was often unsure of how to express my thoughts or emotions. Now, however, I see my voice as a powerful tool for change, both within myself and in the world around me. The spiritual authority that I feel in my voice is not about being in control, but about being in alignment with my own truth, with my purpose, and with the divine energy that flows through all of us. And that, I believe, is where the real power lies. Next, I noticed that my body's natural instinct is to reject substances with low vibrational frequencies. This is not just about food, but also extends to environments, people, and situations that don't align with my higher self. Over time, I've become increasingly sensitive to the energy around me, and this heightened awareness has made it clear that my body has an incredible ability to discern what is beneficial for my growth and what holds me back. At first, I didn't fully understand what was happening. It felt like I was becoming more picky about the food I ate, almost as if my body was rejecting certain substances before I even consciously thought about it. I'd noticed that after eating processed or unhealthy foods, I'd feel drained, sluggish, or even anxious. There was a deep, almost intuitive sense that these foods didn't support the person I was becoming. In fact, it felt like they were hindering my spiritual progress, blocking my connection to my true self and the higher energies I sought to align with. Gradually, I began to trust this inner guidance more. I started listening to my body when it signaled that certain foods or substances were no longer serving me. The cravings for junk food or heavy indulgent meals began to fade. Instead, I found myself gravitating toward whole, nourishing foods that felt lighter, more energizing, and more aligned with my spiritual intentions. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and plant-based meals became the cornerstone of my diet, and I could physically feel the difference in my energy levels and mental clarity. It was like a fog was lifting, and my mind felt sharper, more focused on the present moment. This rejection of low vibrational substances wasn't just limited to food, though. As I became more attuned to my spiritual growth, I realized that the environments I placed myself in also played a huge role in my well-being. I found myself avoiding places that felt heavy or toxic, like crowded, negative spaces or areas where the energy felt chaotic or draining. Instead, I sought out calm, peaceful surroundings, places where I could be surrounded by nature, stillness, and positivity. I also became more aware of the people I spent time with. I felt drawn to those whose energy lifted me up and nourished my soul, while I found myself stepping back from relationships or interactions that felt draining or unbalanced. The more I embraced this natural rejection of low vibrational influences, the more I noticed how it supported my spiritual growth. I felt more grounded in my own energy, more attuned to the subtle frequencies that guided me toward my higher self. This process of purification, both physically and energetically, allowed me to shed layers of negativity, stress, and limiting beliefs that had once held me back. I was aligning my body, mind, and spirit with the frequency of love, peace, and spiritual expansion. I also began to realize that this process of rejection wasn't about judgment or denial, but rather about self-love and respect. It wasn't about labeling certain substances, foods, or environments as inherently bad or wrong. It was about honoring my body's natural wisdom and understanding that certain things simply didn't resonate with my current state of being. By removing or distancing myself from these lower vibrational elements, I was creating space for higher, more fulfilling experiences to enter my life. Interestingly, this process of rejecting low vibrational substances also deepened my understanding of what true spiritual growth is. It's not just about gaining knowledge or practicing rituals. It's about cultivating a deep sense of inner alignment and balance. It's about honoring the wisdom of my body and listening to the intuitive signals it sends me, whether it's regarding food, environments, or relationships. As I've embraced this new way of living, I've felt more connected to my higher purpose and more at peace with who I am becoming. In conclusion, the rejection of low vibrational substances has become an essential part of my spiritual practice. It's a natural, instinctive process that supports my growth and helps me stay aligned with my higher self. It's not just about choosing healthy food or avoiding negative environments. It's about recognizing the energy that surrounds me and making choices that nurture my spiritual well-being. This journey of purification and alignment has been one of the most transformative aspects of my awakening, and I am grateful for the wisdom that my body continues to share with me. I had a profound and eye-opening experience with the awakening of intuition. This newfound intuition often feels like a quiet voice within me, gently guiding my decisions and actions. At first, it was subtle, just an inkling of understanding or a sudden insight that would pop into my mind. But as I became more attuned to this inner voice, it began to grow louder and more precise. I began to recognize the signs and messages the universe was sending me, whether through gut feelings, dreams, or flashes of insight that seemed to come from nowhere. It became clear that this heightened intuition was not just about making decisions in my day-to-day life. It was also about connecting with a deeper, spiritual truth about my path. Alongside this surge in intuition came an increasing number of synchronicities in my life, those strange and seemingly magical moments where everything aligns perfectly. These synchronicities felt like divine confirmations that I was on the right path, that I was living in alignment with my higher purpose. They appeared in the form of meaningful coincidences, bumping into someone I hadn't seen in years, only to have a conversation that sparked a new insight. Hearing the exact words I needed to hear at the perfect moment, or finding a book, quote, or sign that seemed tailor-made for my current situation. I used to view these synchronicities as mere coincidences, but now I understand them as messages from the universe or higher realms, guiding me toward greater clarity and understanding. They are like little nudges that remind me I'm on track, even when things feel uncertain or when doubt creeps in. These synchronicities help me trust that I am exactly where I need to be and that every experience, no matter how challenging, is part of the divine plan unfolding in my life. As I dive deeper into this intuitive connection, I've realized that it is not just about receiving signs or messages, it's also about aligning myself with the energy of the universe. My intuition is like a compass, guiding me toward choices and actions that resonate with my soul's purpose. The more I trust it, the clearer my path becomes, and the more I am able to navigate life with ease and grace. There are moments when I feel completely in tune with the flow of life, where everything seems to fall into place effortlessly. These moments are often accompanied by a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, as though I am exactly where I need to be. In these moments, the chaos of the world fades away, and I feel connected to something much larger than myself, something that is guiding me, supporting me, and leading me toward my highest good. It's also become evident to me that heightened intuition and synchronicities are not isolated events, but rather part of a larger, interconnected web of energy. They are reminders that I am not alone on this journey, that there is a divine intelligence at work, orchestrating the events of my life for my highest benefit. The more I trust in this process, the more I see how everything is unfolding perfectly, even if I can't always understand the bigger picture in the moment. This experience of heightened intuition and synchronicity has also deepened my understanding of how the universe works. It's not just about receiving guidance. It's about being open to the flow of life, embracing the unknown, and allowing things to unfold naturally. I've learned to surrender to the process, trusting that I don't need to control every detail of my life. Instead, I focus on staying aligned with my intuition, following the signs and synchronicities that appear, and allowing the universe to lead me to where I need to be. In conclusion, my experience with heightened intuition and synchronicities has been a transformative aspect of my spiritual journey. These intuitive insights and divine signs have helped me align more closely with my higher purpose, guiding me through challenges and affirming that I am on the right path. By trusting in this inner guidance and embracing the flow of life, I've been able to cultivate a deeper sense of peace, clarity, and connection to the divine energy that surrounds me. This journey has shown me that when we open ourselves to the wisdom of the universe, everything begins to fall into place in perfect harmony.